anybody wants to pop over to YouTube and let me know if that's working, would so appreciate it. Anyway, but I can see your comments coming up on, what is this, Instagram. So thank you so much. Let's see here. Let's get into the party. Okay. Okay. So yes, we're comfy cozy today. We're showing up to vision board all the things. If you haven't yet, I hope that you checked out my reel on Instagram that I posted yesterday. I basically said that I was like, vision boards are stupid and they never work. And then I showed all of these examples of how I have like brought my vision board to life over the last few years, and like everything from, you guys, I have been on private jets, which is just insane to me because I put that on my vision board because there was like a crazy, like, I would love to do this someday. And literally I've been on more private jets in the last few years than I can even count. So, somebody said I moved from Instagram to YouTube. Yay! Oh, it's working now. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I've been on more private jets than I can even count, which is like crazy. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to say this is possible for every single one of you. But one of my favorite books of all time is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You guys, I have read this through cover to cover at least 3 times. But there is just this really magical part in here where this is a very practical book. It's Stephen Covey. He's the guy that created the Covey planners back in the day. My mom had one in the 90s. It was a big deal. But he's all about like time management, managing goals, all that stuff. And he has a part in this book where he talks about how everything in your life is actually created twice, because you have to create it in your mind before it's created in the real world. And like, for a guy that's not super woo-woo, I mean, that's like magical, right? Because whether you're into vision boards, manifestation, let me gonna move this so you can see my vision board party there. Whether you're into vision boarding, manifestation, law of attraction, all of these kinds of things, or you think it's like totally bogus, it doesn't matter, because manifesting is real, whether you want to take, you want to believe in like the universe and the woo, which I love, or if you want to just believe in it from a practical standpoint, because like Stephen Covey says, it's like, it has to be created in your mind before it's created in the real world. And like the example he gives is like a house. Like if we're going to build a house, right? We create it in like, we dream of the house we want, and then we hire the architect to like lay out the plans, right? And it's all being created in an imaginary way, right? It's not physical yet. And then you actually build the thing. So that, I think, is the real magic of vision boards, because I, as a graphic designer, and I think most people, I'm just so visual. Like, I can write out what I want all day long, but like seeing the images just really evokes a feeling for me. So that's why I love vision boarding. I've honestly been doing it longer than I even know. I want to say like one of the first times I remember, I didn't know it was even called a vision board back then, but I was like, this was pre-Pinterest. It was back when I was in my really awful little apartment, married to the wrong person back in the day, and just like pretty miserable with my life. And I have told this story multiple times in my last few YouTube videos, so definitely go check that out. But I remember I was just on my computer and I started like grabbing images from the internet of things that I was like, I want this, I want this. And like one of the things, I talked about this in my video, one of the things was a white BMW SUV. I didn't even know like what kind it was. I had no idea how much it cost, but I grabbed an image of it. And then I just had like a little folder on my desktop, and a Louis Vuitton purse. I wanted a Louis Vuitton purse so bad. And none of this, like I could barely make my $525 a month rent and didn't really have money left over for the heating bill. None of this was practical at all, but I had this vision board, this folder on my desktop full of these images. And you guys, now I have, that's one of my Louis Vuitton, for those on Instagram. This is part of my collection of Louis Vuitton purses. And I've got my dream car, I've got my dream house, I've got the private jets and all that. And here's the thing, you guys, it doesn't really matter. Like the thing doesn't matter as much as you're feeling, right? And like the reason we talk about this in coaching all the time in my membership, Superbloom Coach Society, we talk about how we don't actually want the thing. And I know that's so mind-blowing. It's not the thing we want. We always want a thing because we're chasing the feeling we think it's going to give us, right? And so we can start to, this is what the vision board does for us. It starts to give us the feeling now. We can start to think, oh, I have this thing. Oh, I am this person who can create this life that I want. And like I said, I love the visuals because they work so well. So let's dive into it. Give me a little raise of hand if you are ready with your vision boarding stuff. If not, if you're just tuning in and you just want to know what this is all about, totally cool too. But we're getting super vibey here today. I hope you can hear me on YouTube because I'm setting the phone down. But got my water bottle, got all the supplies. I'm gonna light my vibey little candle that I got. This is one of those Capri Blues. Oh my gosh, so fabulous. I got this from a client who actually came out last year for her brand photo and video shoot. She flew out and she brought me this as a gift. So it was so sweet. So, and it's on brand, which I love. So we're going to light this candle. We're going to set the mood, all the good vibes. And we're going to get started. So there's no wrong way to do a vision board. Okay. That's what I want you to understand. It's all about like creating the feelings that you want. And I'm trying to think. I said I did my first one on my folder and my desktop. That was probably, when was that? It was 2010, I would guess, was probably my first one. So wow, 15 years that I've been doing this in some form or another. I've put, I've cut out stuff from magazines. I've pasted it onto a poster board. And I know that's actually like the traditional way to do this. And it's probably my least favorite because you got to like put this poster board somewhere. Like if you put it up where you can see it, that's the main point, right? We want to put our visions where we can see it. You can also just print out pictures and put them on your mirror so you see them every day. I'm going to show you my favorite way. And if Sydney was here today, we would be doing 2 different ways. I might try, but we've got we're actually doing a team vision board for what we want to build in our business. And then I have my personal vision board. So let me show you real quick my favorite way to do this. This is my LH Agenda planner. And I have had one of these for the last probably 6 years. This one is from a few years ago. So I really started using this as my vision board a few years ago. And I would print out pictures from Pinterest, glue them in here. And the reason I like this is because I use this planner every day and I look at it every morning so that, here, I'm going to hold it a little higher so that the people I've got two cameras going here. So that the people on Instagram can see, hopefully you can see that. Okay. So I like this because it's in a place for me where I'm going to look at it every single day, at least every single work day. It is a part of my morning routine to sit down at 6 a.m. with a hot cup of coffee. I do my Epic Q, which is the program it's the bonus program we have over in the society, which is like my daily tracking for the quarter so that I know that I'm on track in my business excuse me, like with my money, my mindset. It's real quick. It takes about 10 minutes. Then I open up my planner and I read. I've got a few different things I do in here. This is like a goal tracking planner anyway. Highly recommend. I'll send out a link to this in the email you guys are all going to get after this. Yeah, I started literally just collecting images on Pinterest, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. And then I would print them out and I would glue them in here, and so that I could look at it every day, like before I planned my day. And it really helped me sort of like embody the person, not the person I was, but the person I was becoming. And I think it's so magical to have it in your planner if that is something you do, or a journal or something like that, something you're going to look at every day when you're planning your day, because it puts you in the right mindset to show up as that person. And actually last month in Superbloom Coach Society, we did the whole month's topic was all about this month is all about 10x goals, and last month it was all about your future self, so that you can work towards those 10x goals. And I told the story to the members in there about how this last year my coach had named me $1 Million Moriah, because I had made the goal that I was gonna make $1 million, that I wanted to make $1 million that year, and I didn't make it, but I 3x'd my revenue. I hit $320,000 in my business, which I wouldn't have done if I hadn't embraced this $1 million vision of myself. So I actually had in my vision board for last year, in my vision board book, I had what $1 Million Moriah was doing, how she showed up. Like I really needed to feel my way into being that person. And that's how I kind of created that shift. And so let's get started making our vision boards. If you're going to make a vision board with me today, I'll just walk you through the process of what I like to do and what has worked so well for me. So the first thing I do is I actually always start with Pinterest. And I have a secret board on my Pinterest account. And let me actually see for the people on Instagram, I might be able to show this to you. So I'm going to show you our team vision board for this year, but let's see if I can share my screen with you guys. Share screen, and we're going to share Pinterest. Perfect. And I will flip this around for the YouTuber people. So here is our team vision board for this next year. And Sydney and I worked on this together to really like figure out what we want our 2026 to look like. So I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay, so it's really about the vibes, which is why I wanted to make it so vibey here today. It's all about the feeling, right? It's about the energy. It's nothing literal, right? Like I couldn't have worked out how I was gonna go on my first private jet. It just happened, right? Because of like life circumstances. But it never would have happened if I hadn't put it on my vision board. So somebody on YouTube is asking if I'm a feminist. I mean, yes, obviously. That's why we're here today. So, all right, moving on. Let me get back to Instagram. So I like to do Pinterest because it is so visual. And I've literally had, for my personal, I have a vision board, a secret vision board. But you know how on Pinterest now you can make different sections, like they're like boards within a board. I have a new one every single year. So around October of this last year, I started my 2026 vision board, because I will keep adding to my board, like just any images that pop up in Instagram or that I see across the internet, that I feel like are the right vibe for the year. And I'll keep adding them all the way through 2025 until kind of like, I'm like, you know what? Like I really just had this I was like, this feels like a next year endeavor, right? So some of the things that I have added over the years, like I have pictures of authors at book signings with stacks of their books because I want to write a book one day. I have people with perfect abs because that's something that I aspire to. Eating healthy. If you saw the reel, you know, like the private jet, what else do I have? Oh, the Disney cruises. I always wanted to go on this super bougie family cruise, and now that is something that my family does, and so I put that on there. And just anything that evokes a feeling for you of the place that you want to go. So I like to collect those around the end of the year or early next year. Now, I shared with you guys, I'm super behind. This is like the latest I've ever made my vision board, but it's okay. We're rolling with it. I will go through the Pinterest board and on my phone, and you can actually in Pinterest, like if you open a pin, you can download it to your phone. And then I make a whole what is it? It's not a gallery, like an album on my iPhone that is like 2026, and my favorite images I save in there. So then I will take those and I will print them out, and I used to do it on my printer. So I did a few from our team vision board today, and I'll show you those. And I just printed it on my home printer. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just put it in Google Docs, size it down, printed that. We're gonna trim these up and get them on I'll show you the team board in just a second. But also I have the cutest little printer and totally recommend this. Let me sneak behind my desk here. It's charging. So I linked this in the email I sent out yesterday for you guys. I absolutely freaking love this thing. It's called the Ivy printer by Canon, and it was not expensive. I think it was like less than $200. And the paper that you get for it actually has a sticker back, like the full thing is a sticker. So previously I was printing and I would cut everything out. So like this, I have like a whole bucket of my old stuff. Look, can you see this? I love money, money loves me. It's great for the vision board. I would cut these out. I have a bunch left over. And then I would use these like little scrapbooking squares to put it in my book. And that's great, love it. But I've noticed the sticker paper works so much better. Those things never peel up. So this 100% recommend. It's one of my favorite things. If you can get the Ivy printer and the sticker paper, it's my favorite. So that's how I'm gonna do my board this year. We're doing a team board that's gonna be big and in the office with us. So I just printed it, you know, this only prints to like a business card size. And then within that, you guys have to see this, is the cutest thing ever. Look at these scissors that I got specifically for my vision board. I got it to go with this printer. How stinking cute, and it all matches. It all matches. Oh, and then of course I got the matching printer case. And then this is just the paper. You get these little papers that go in there with the stickers. But I do actually, even though it's like business card size, I do still like cut them up and stuff to make them, squeeze them in different spots and whatever. So I got the little scissors. And then I like to put those, the little guys go in my, my planner. And here is my planner for this year that I'm working on. I got this beautiful cream colored one from LH Agenda. Love it so much. And then I'm going to show you guys, hopefully you can see this. I know on Instagram it's pretty tight, but this is going to be our vision board for 2026. We have the little thermometer here. Let me see if you guys can see this. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. All right, so the goal this year is to make, the goal this year is to make $1 million, but I love to do quarterly planning, like the 12-week year. If you've heard of that book, drop a little heart down there. So it's just so much nicer to look, like a year is too long. I'm going to give you the quick breakdown. A year is too long. We just put stuff off. So like having these quarterly goals. So if I broke $1 million down into quarterly goals, it's $250,000 in the next 3 months, which is, that's a stretch goal. That really pushes me, right? It's like long enough to make something happen, but short enough that you cannot waste a second, right? So that is why I love these quarterly or /12-week goals. So we broke it down into 12 weeks. Our goal is to hit 250K by March 31st. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago. We said, okay, if we're going to hit our $1 million goal this year, then we have to do $250,000 by March 31st. And it was funny because it just didn't evoke an emotion in me. Like, it wasn't like I was scared, but I wasn't excited about it because it's just a number. So then a little while later, I was like, you know what? We need like something tangible that we're working toward here. And so what I decided was like, we need a reward if we hit this goal. And I told Sydney, we need something that we can look forward to, and that's going to push us to hit this $250,000 goal. So we decided if we make this goal, which is a huge stretch goal for us, okay, we're going to go to VidCon in Anaheim, California, which is this summer. It's a conference for YouTubers that I have been wanting to go to for a while now. And we are going to not only do that, we're going to take a semi-private jet to get there. JSX, if you've heard of it, it's like charter, well, it's not charter, it's like private jets that you book a ticket on. It's kind of interesting. So it's like little bougie. And what else are we doing? Oh, we're gonna go to Disneyland because it's right down the street. So we're so excited about this. So I just have decided this is gonna happen. And it's so funny because after we talked about that, like the money didn't excite me. I really want to hit this goal for like to see what I can accomplish, right? Like the $1 million goal. I'm like, I want to be somebody who can make $1 million. But the money, the number in itself isn't like super exciting to me, but thinking about what you can do with that money or what that means like in your life, that's what got me excited. So if you looked at our team vision board a few seconds ago, this will be the stuff that you saw. Like I have a picture of VidCon right here. Disneyland, right? Do we love it? And then obviously piles of cash because, you know, we still want to make the money. And then this is me and Sydney. Not really. It's just two ladies in business suits, but you know, it's the vision. And then another vision. So we're kind of doing it for the quarter because we've got our like tracker here to our goal of 250K, but we're also putting stuff on for the full year. So another big goal I have, 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, because then we get the gorgeous silver plaque. So here is the silver. Can Can you see that? It's the silver plaque. I know my prints aren't that great. So that's more of like an annual goal for us. So we're just putting all the things because it's all about the vibes, right? And so if you're on YouTube right now and you are not a subscriber, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button right now. But also if you're on Instagram, go hit that subscribe button. So let's start. Why don't you guys just let me know, because I'm watching the comments on both. Are you making a vision board with me right now, or are you just tuning in to see how this all works? If you're making the vision board, let's start like cutting out our images and getting them up on there. So I would love to know, let me know what you, what is on your vision board this year? What is your goal, and what are you putting on your vision board to help you feel into that feeling of getting there? Oh, so I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Is it Nai? Nai? I once screenshot my own bank account and changed the dollar amounts. I love that so much. So yeah, I have done the like, you can like print fake checks and then you, yay, okay, I said your name right, yay. So you can print fake checks and literally write yourself a check from the universe. So I've, you know, there's that famous story of Jim Carrey doing that. I think it was like $10 million or something. And then he was working really hard out in Hollywood. And then he finally like had a little bit of success, I think with Ace Ventura, which came out first. And then they asked him what he wanted to be in The Mask, and he said $10 million. See, he manifested it. Also, let's see. Just tuning in. I have no idea how to use Pinterest. Oh, okay. So I love Pinterest. And I think like you just have to make an account, and then literally it's almost like, this is what I think of when I think of Pinterest. It's like, you know, like bookmarking links on the internet of things that you want to come back to. It's like that, but it's visual. And so now, like I was on Pinterest when it was like invitation only, like 12 or 13 years ago. And, you know, what was on Pinterest was like just stuff you were pinning from the internet. Now there's so much stuff on Pinterest, you don't even have to leave Pinterest. You can, so people like to clump Pinterest in with other social media platforms. It's not actually social media. Pinterest is a search engine. It's just a visual search engine. So it is so great for doing vision boards and things like this. We use it in my branding agency for all of our client mood boards, because we're able to really dial in and look for, like, if I know that I'm making a mood board for a client's brand and I want, you know, sort of this like dark sultry vibe, and I know that I want like a red door to be something that's on the mood board, I can like literally like type in red door and find like 50 different red doors to pick from. So yeah, just make an account on Pinterest, and then you make boards. So boards are just like the categories you want. And then if you want things to be private, you just make it a secret board, which is what I do for all of my vision boards. All right, so I'm gonna start posting this on our board. And yeah, so let's talk about how we actually get this to work, because making the vision board is fantastic, but like you can't, this is why I talk about this all the time. This is why manifestation and like some of the other woo-woo practices that I love, this is why they get a bad rap, because people think that you just like make a vision board and that's it. No, you make a vision board, you look at it every day, it inspires you to take actual aligned action, and that causes your visions to come true, right? It's just like the Stephen Covey. If you don't want to go the woo-woo route, let's stay practical. You have it, everything is created twice. You have the vision, you have to have a vision for where you're going. It's like the GPS, right? And then you have to actually get in the car and drive there, right? You can't just look at the GPS and hope that, like, you know, you end up in New York City, right? You have to have the vision, you've got the GPS, and then you take aligned action. And so this is something that we work on a ton in my group coaching program, Superbloom Coach Society, because I use something called the model. And the model, in a very practical way, shows you how your thoughts literally create your reality, right? They literally create the results in your life. And a lot of people feel a little intimidated by that at first, but it's great news because you can change your thoughts. If you look at your life and you don't love the results that you have in your life, you can change your thoughts. And that's what I did with that first vision board, right? I was in like a pretty craptastic situation, an abusive marriage. I didn't have a job. Well, I had a bad job. I was not making money. I could barely pay the rent, couldn't pay the heating bill. Like life was very, very stressful. I had lots of scarcity and money fears. And I just told this story recently how I found out that I didn't even know it. I was waking up every single morning and the first thought I had was, I hate my life. And when I realized that, things started to just shift because I was like, oh, I'm thinking this thought. And then I realized maybe I could think a different thought. And so that's what we do inside the society is we intentionally think different thoughts. And it's one thing like when you're in a really like bad place and you want to get someplace better. I mean, that's amazing, right? But that's a lot of work. But also you can use the same skills to take good to better, right? Like if you're like, yeah, I did all right in my business last year, but gosh, let's 10x this, right? That's what we're doing in the society right now. We're doing 10x goals. So we are talking about how we use our thoughts, not to just get out of a bad situation. How do we make our lives exactly what we want them to be? Because that's what we're here to do, right? That's what I think we are on this planet for. Like there's too much suffering in the world. Being a human is really hard. It is. Like you look around and it's like, gosh, it's just everybody's suffering with something. Everybody's got just things that they're going through. So like, let's use our brains to at least create some things in our life that we want, right? So I did say, look at this. This is Sydney posted this. Sydney, if you're still on, good job. Sydney posted this to our board. It's two ladies walking to a private jet. So this is definitely our goal if we hit that 250K goal this year. But anyway, yeah, I did say I have a surprise for anybody who is on the oh, hey, Sydney, yay! I have a surprise for anybody who is on the call, an announcement to make. So my Superbloom Coach Society membership, this is the membership for female entrepreneurs, and it's all about mindset and using the model and doing things like the vision board and just getting the support you need, because it's one thing to like change your thoughts, but it takes a lot of work. I know from personal experience, it takes a lot of work to make that stick, to actually make it like feed through into your life and stick. And so, yeah, if that's something you're interested in, you should definitely check out the membership. But the announcement is that the price of membership is going up in 24 hours. It's been quite a steal since we launched it 6 months ago. It's only $87 a month, and we had always launched it to be $197 a month. So that is taking effect in 24 hours. However, you guys on the call can still get it for $87. It's going to be available for $87 a month for the next, look, here's my, you guys, send me some good vibes, because this is what I really want. This is the YouTube plaque for hitting 100,000 subscribers. And don't just send good vibes, hit that subscribe button. You'll help me out. You guys can be part of the vision board. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So right now it's only $87 a month. It's a steal. You get coached by me. And we have monthly topics like I was talking about. Like right now we're talking about 10x goals. There's a training, there's a workbook. Every month it's a new topic. Last month we did future self, how you project and become that future version of yourself. Hey, this is what we're doing right here, right? Future Moriah is thanking me for putting this on the board today. And so, yeah, it's only $87 a month right now. After tomorrow, it's $197, you guys. So go sign up for this right now. But I have something extra special for you all on the call. I have, and it's only for the people on the call, I have set up a $7 trial for 7 days. Check it out for 7 days. If you don't love it, cancel. You're crazy if you don't love it. You're going to love it. And the best part is, if you sign up, you will have access to one of those free coaching, or not free, one of those coaching calls for $7. So we have a coaching call next week, and come check it out. See how you like being coached by me. Bring your vision board. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about your 10x goal. So I'm gonna, if you're on Instagram, all you have to do is in the comments, just drop the word trial, TRIAL. You will get a DM from me with the link. But all of this is going away in 24 hours. So only the people on the call get the $7 trial. And everybody has access to the $87. So when the trial's over, guys, you don't get bumped up to that $197. You guys are grandmothered in, right? Because we're feminists here. Y'all are grandmothered in at the $87 for life. As long as you stay in the program, it's only $87, and everybody else will be paying $197 a month. So let me, for everybody on, let's see here. How do I get, oh, I'm gonna drop, Sydney, are you still there? Can you drop the link in for me? Let me see if I can do it over here. I have a link for the, make sure if you're on Instagram, I put the link in my bio so you can go there, or you can just DM me, or sorry, not, well, you can DM me too, but you can, in the comment section here, you can just say trial and you'll get the link. Let me get the link for you guys over on YouTube real quick. Let's see. I had this all ready to go, and then, you know, this is what happens when we go live. We're a little messy, and we're okay with it. Let me go over to YouTube, see if it'll let me do this. My channel. Gonna just drop, can I add a comment? Oh, live chat. Oh, there's a live chat. Oh, well, I can't. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Sorry, guys. Can I chat with you? Oh. I honestly do not know. I'm so sorry if you're on YouTube. Okay, if you're on YouTube, just come on over to my Instagram. I don't know how to share the link with you very easily. And so come on over to my Instagram. You can grab the trial from the link in bio, or just on any of my reels or on this live or anything, just comment the word trial and you will get the link to your DMs. So yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so would love to hear from you all. Sorry, I'm just setting these windows back up. Tell me, what is on your vision board? I just shared all this stuff that we're doing for our team vision board. So Disney, private jets, 100,000 YouTube subscribers. I want to know what's on your vision board for this year. So drop it in the comments. And then, yeah, so to make this work, what you really have to do, like I said, you don't want to make this and then just forget about it, okay? The whole point of this is it's something that you look at every single day. So whether you guys are making like a traditional board like we are right here, or you know, you like the idea of the journal slash planner like I have, like there's no wrong way to do this. You can you can also make it totally digital if that's how you vibe. I told you I keep adding stuff to my Pinterest board, even after I've made like the physical board. I'll keep adding stuff. And sometimes when I'm just like on the go, or like maybe on an airplane, or like I'm just like out and about and I don't have my planner, I'll just scroll through that vision board on my Pinterest. And it still gives me all the feels. So it's so great to have it with you. And then one other thing I just want to talk about real quick before we hop off here is I talk about this a lot in my coaching program in the society. It really is all about the feelings, right? So it's the feelings that motivate us. And if you know the model, which I teach in Superbloom Coach Society, it's, you know, we call it the F line. It's the feeling line. So it literally, I'll do this real quick. Let's see if we can make this happen. Let's do a model real quick. And I'm sorry if you're on Instagram, you might not be able to see this, but I'll try to do it down here in the corner. So we just do, and hopefully you can see that on YouTube. So our model, CTFAR, right? Hopefully, can you, oh, it's the wrong size because it's a mirror image. So there you go, CTFAR. And then, you guys, this is ridiculous. Can we see it now? Let's see. Okay. So C is for circumstance, T is for your thought, F is for feeling, A is for action, and R is for result. So real quick breakdown. Circumstance. The circumstance is always neutral, right? The circumstance is just what's happening in the world. It's out of our control. And so we don't have control over the circumstance. And this is why most humans are in constant either victim mode or suffering mode, because we want to change the C line and it's out of our control, which feels like such a bummer. But we think we feeling the F line, we think we feel a certain way because of the circumstance in the world. I have good news for you, friend. We actually feel a certain way because of the thought we have about that circumstance. And people want to argue this all day long, but this is how we know this is true, okay? We can all, as human beings, experience the same circumstance, and people feel very different ways. Like somebody could be very happy about a circumstance while you're like crying your heart out, right? So we know that the circumstance is neutral because people feel different ways about it. It's not the circumstance that's causing us to feel whatever we're feeling. It's our thought about the circumstance, right? And so we really want to get to this F line in our vision board. We want to make sure that it's making us feel a certain way, because feelings, so we have our thought, and then our thoughts cause our feelings, but feelings are what drive actions, okay? So I know the people on Instagram can't really see me, so hopefully you can. So our feelings are what drive our actions. And this is so, so important. This is why, right here, this is why a vision board works, right? Because we're not just gonna like have this vibey vision board and not do anything with it, right? You will never get anywhere. Trying to make it so you can see it. We are going to create a vision board that makes us feel so deeply for the version of ourself that we're working towards, and it causes us to take action. And action causes our results, right? So in actuality, it's not the circumstance that causes our results. It's not the economy. It's not the political situation, because everybody, like, you know, people, like, things are tough right now, right? But it's like, if you go back, everybody has always complained about it since like the beginning of time. So about the politics and the violence in the world and on our thought, and you know, the climate and like all the things. Like, it's not the circumstance, it's our thought about it. And the great news is we can change our thought, right? And we can choose the result that we want. And it's so magical. And so, like, if I want to make $1 million in my business, I can go back and I can say, okay, what thought is gonna, because I don't know how to do this. This is a result I've never created before. What thought is gonna help me create $1 million, right? The thought that's gonna create the feelings that will drive the actions that will help me make $1 million. So that is what we are working on right now inside of the society. All right, if anybody wants to share anything else, drop it in the comments. And yeah, we've got, again, sorry, I'm not sure how to share with you guys over on YouTube, but if you are interested in joining us before the price goes up, and you want that $7 trial, which is amazing because you can also get on one of our calls in that in the next week, and check it out and get coached by me. So drop the word trial, you will get a DM from me, and yeah, so awesome. I'm gonna send out an email later. If I would love if you guys would just, you know, if you make a vision board and you want to share it on Instagram, tag me. I would love to see what you come up with, and wishing you guys all the best for 2026. Let's make this